Life Cycle is an incredible event, which is one of the hardest endurance cycling events in the world. And we've been doing this for 20 years and we've travelled to 43 different countries. Oman had a different challenge this year. We always try to do 2,000 kilometres in about 10 days, so we're averaging anywhere between 180 and 200 kilometres a day. Even in the best of conditions, that's an incredible challenge. But this year, with temperatures in the 40s on a regular basis throughout, it obviously proved a lot. And that's why we had, one or two casualties at the end of the day through heat exhaustion. The main thing is, though, that the main purpose of this is to raise money for the renal unit and the renal patients. And I think everybody took part, did their little bit in helping to do that and make the lives of the patients a lot better. I would like to think Life Cycle's got a great future ahead of it. It's a big wide world out there and there's plenty of places to go and see. And we're looking for challenges all the time. We'd like to thank our sponsors as usual and the marketing team. And just hopefully we can keep going because...
Need to pump up the tires at the start height. Hopefully I've done it well.
20 years is a long time, but I would hate to think that we can't go for another 20 years. There's no reason why we can't, and with the will of our committee and the dedication of the cyclists, I think we've got a great future.
Tell me what happened a bit yesterday.
The bearings of the hub were gone, so the bike is moving sideways here. So it was impossible to ride. I was using a spare bike. Yesterday night I delivered it from Abu Dhabi. It's not fixed completely, but we'll try to do it.
When are you feeling better now?
Feel better, yeah. Feel very happy with my season.
Very good.
Numb hands, it's really hot. Obviously the water is like boiling and at this time it just gets unbearable. But we're here to go for a challenge, so...
What's up, Eno? What you doing?
I'm just resting, recovering water and some energy and enjoying the day.
Really hard day yesterday. We had 41 degrees temperatures and obviously we lost 2 people through heat exhaustion. It doesn't look as if it's going to be any better today. Long roads, very straight roads, very boring roads, but lovely scenery starting to happen now as we approach Oman and the border. But it's going to be another tough day I think today.
The cramps we had were unbelievable, really severe cramps I had. Right? Like I had, after the ride, I had 2 cramps in both legs at the same time, over here, on the inside leg.
Yesterday was the first ride, and basically I didn't realize how hot it actually is. What happens is that your sweat evaporates and basically you just run out of salt and water, and I wasn't drinking enough. and halfway through the ride I just started seeing double and triple and started going all woozy, and I just had to stop.
Quite tough in the heat, very hot temperatures. I thought Saddle Soreness would be the worst. Heat was much worse yesterday, in fact. We did about 180 kilometers, but we survived at least. It's very important that we hydrate all the time, because finally you don't even sweat with the heat there is. You don't feel yourself sweating.
Quite hot, you know, very hot. Some of us were really suffering, but thank God we all made it, and we just have to keep drinking a lot of water.
Challenge. I think I'm one of the ones that suffered the most. Not probably for the distance, but probably because of the heat. I think we reached at sometimes 47, it was showing on our Garmin.
Hi, Chris Angel here. I'm helping with the behind the scenes and logistics on the Life Cycle Challenge. We have dreamed of this event every day and every night, and had to think through thousands, or let's say hundreds and thousands and millions of different scenarios that might or might not happen during the ride. We've had to think of the water. The water has been extremely expensive here in the Oman, and very valuable to the cyclists. We're going to be going through the desert soon for 3 days on end, seen nothing but sand, and that will be mentally challenging for the cyclists. It's mentally challenging driving a vehicle on route recce, let alone cycling. Good luck, everybody. The day after tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that is serious desert. No water, nothing. Okay, so we start to save our water now. For 3 days' time. Okay.
I'm feeling like a horse man today.
Good.
After Chris and Johnny's porridge with Nutella.
Very good, very good. Go continue. Good luck.
All right.
Very good. Okay, Calvin. How are you doing today?
Today I'm fine. Good weather in the morning. Very fine.
Very good, very good.
Feeling strong.
Not bad today. We had a nice hill, so we had a very beautiful downhill. The scenery has completely changed. The weather is nice for now. The first 40k down. Another 130 to go.
So this trip has proved challenging as we expected. The temperatures were very, very high for the first 3 days, and we all suffered.
Fantastic route today, nice and flat. The temperature's gone down about 5 or 6 degrees, which makes it a little bit easier. There's been some little inclines and hills which have made it a bit more pleasant, and so far morale's really high. But as I say, there's always highs and lows in Life Cycle. There's a little bit of a high. We'll get a low tomorrow. You watch. Ciao. So we travelled today from Nizwa, which was the old capital of Oman, and we travelled through the mountains into this place here, which is called the Oryx Desert Camp. This is right in the middle of the desert. We will have to be transported here. It's a fantastic location. The heat has dropped a little bit today. It went down to 36, I think it was, which is a hell of a lot different than when we were travelling 42, 43. Mileage was 180. It's a fantastic country, Oman. Brilliant roads, brilliant scenery, lovely, lovely people. Recommend anybody to come and spend time here. Team's very upbeat at the moment. We've got 4 hard days to come, travelling through the desert now, all the way down to Salalah. The last day we've got a hell of a one through the mountains, 230, but spirits are good.
My second cousin is a renal patient, and
I know what he goes through, so.
And this is your 5th, is it?
7th.
7th. Do you plan to do more?
I don't know.
The worst day of cycling is still the best. It could be much better than the best day in a dialysis machine.
This afternoon we found the wind was headwind. It was very tough, and in the middle of it we encountered a lot of sand in the way. A tire just exploded. So basically I was traveling, cruising at around 12 kilometers an hour. Very tough. I mean, you can see my face.
They won't reach their Janine until exactly an hour's time. It's 1:30 now, they'll reach that point at 2:30.
Thank you.
And I'll be there.
Sitting under a nice tree.
It's 39, huh?
Yep, I think some eggs ready.
aħna noqdu taħt l-istil il-ħin. M'hemm bżonn kampijiet.
How was the hill? It was steep, man. Steep.
Steep?
First thing in the morning, not so nice.
How was the hill this morning?
Nice, good warm up. And sure but slow. And keeping energy for 215 miles, 15 kilometers we have to go. So all's good.
Okay, good luck. See you.
Let's keep the water coming.
Yes. Okay, Aaron, how are you?
That was mental, huh?
How was it?
Fucking mental.
Mental?
That was, that percent there must have been about 25-30%. First time ever on this bike I've been in granny gears, and the same with the guys at the top. We're in the lowest gears now, just to get up there.
How was breakfast?
Breakfast, I'm feeling coming up now.
That's bad.
Absolutely mental.
Very well, it was a killer hill.
Killer hill?
Very tough.
What about you,
Very
John?
tough start.
It was our baptism of fire for the day.
Are you feeling good now?
We're still recovering.
The most difficult thing, I think, especially in the first 2 days, was the heat. To cycle in the heat of 40 and over 40. But then once we went into Oman, the challenge was the high winds, definitely. And we had a small sandstorm to cycle through, and then a very steep hill. So that was very challenging for sure. But then Oman, one particular day, was particularly hot, which took me by surprise. I got heat fatigue. It really hit me. I was completely all over the place. It was dangerous for me to continue, and I took the decision to stop.
I don't know what happened with the guys at the back, but I would imagine Chrissy, I can't imagine her doing that.
She did it.
Well, if she did it, then all this stuff about her knee can't be that bad. That's the same as anything.
The most difficult thing so far is the sun. The heat, yeah, the heat is very, very hot.
Intense.
Yeah, but right here now it's a little bit cool than the first day when we started. Yeah.
You're not used to these temperatures in Kenya?
I'm not used to this temperature.
Are you finding the terrain difficult?
For some people it's difficult, but for me I can say it's good. I'm taking it easy.
It's been the temperature, like everyone else said, and heat exhaustion. Otherwise, I mean, it's okay. The roads are right. The hill, the only hill so far, so it's 2 days to go, you know, so conditions are okay. Just hope for the best, you know.
This is your 10th, is it?
It's my 12th.
12th?
I always say it's the last time. When I die, eventually, that will be the last.
The genie wish
Then I'll be up
will be
there.
granted.
It's either or.
First today is definitely the heat.
There's the elephant in the room, the heat.
The heat, when I was never expecting that, never trained. In my case, long distances, I was never done so many long distances. And then in the last 3 days, I'm suffering from the knee. But well, but it's not true life cycle, it's a long-term injury which I have. I was scared beforehand about it, and now reality, I have to face reality. So it was a struggle the last 2-3 days, but hopefully now I'll persevere.
It's a really nice challenge, you know, when you're tired and you've done 220 the previous day and you have to do another 220, and your legs are, it's nice because your legs get stronger every day. So you're pushing yourself. I like it.
And the mountain is the killer as always, but nice.
Nice?
Very nice. Very steep incline.
If I had to ask you one word to describe the mountain, what would it be?
Tough. But nice.
Tough but nice. One word to describe the mountain.
Tough. Nice.
Just one word.
Ooh.
How would you describe it?
I came up, I don't know. I managed. After 165 kilometers.
Process, guys.
Hideous. Humongous.
Just keep it up, guys. There'll be a downhill.
The hardest till now is obviously the long kilometers, the long amount of kilometers we have to do, and also obviously like anyone else, the hills. The hills are very hard. They're very long here. Not like in Malta where we have only 2-kilometer hills. Today we did a hill which was definitely over 10 kilometers and steep. So that's a big difference that makes it harder.
Were definitely the hills, the mountains. Today it was very difficult. We had at least 3 hours of uphill, but I managed.
Well, the hardest thing so far for me that I'm not used to camping was camping and sleeping outside, to be honest. Today it was a very tough day. We had very tough uphills, but it's part of cycling. That's why we're here. Finally, for every up there's a down. We went up, we came down, we enjoyed it. But for camping I had to adapt a lot.
Life cycle has contributed a lot to the renal unit. I have been working at the renal unit for the last 32 years. The contribution Life Cycle gave to my unit is incredible. They have helped patients even individually with their problems and the unit as per se. And secondly, I did this with respect to my fellow patients.
Good man, good shit.
How were the past 9 days?
They were fun. They were challenging, but they were fun. We had a good team, thank God, you know. A very, very good team. Everyone was pushing each other.
Well done, Andre. Congratulations, brother. Very good, Andrew. Very good, boy. We did it, we did it.
So how was this challenging overall?
Tough, very tough. It gave us lot of food for thought. While cycling, you think about life cycle, why are we doing this, and it gives you a lot of energy to move forward.
It's been a torture, especially the last 4 days. But it's fun as well. I never thought. Every day I was thinking to stop every day, except today. But in the end, I made it.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, fun because you're here, because you arrived at the end. It's a great relief. It was hard work, but we all managed. So no injuries, thank God. The heat was a challenge, but the backup team looked after us well, you know. So all in all, it was good. Great experience.
You have guts. You are crazy, but you have guts. And admire that.
Well, Life Cycle's got to be extreme, because if it wasn't extreme, we wouldn't get the media coverage, and therefore the sponsors come forward. And if the sponsors come forward, then the renal patients benefit. So people who question what we do should see exactly why we do it. And great experience. Unfortunately, 5 didn't finish, but that's Life Cycle, you know. And we live to fight another day.